I did go through like a big breakup like a year ago. We lived together, thank you, 3 people who cared about me. No, all of that's getting edited out. Only those 3 people make the album, okay? The rest of the Oz are out. I did go through a breakup like a year ago. We were like living together, we were talking about getting married, all that stuff, and then she dumped me. She broke up with me. And I think it is way harder to be the person that gets dumped in this day and age than it was like 30 years ago, because we live in an era of like social media and technology, right? When you get dumped nowadays, it is impossible not to become a stalker. Honestly. Even if you're like a good person, you will become an internet stalker. 30 years ago, someone dumps you and you're like, man, I wonder what she's doing tonight. And now you're like, I'm gonna find out what she's doing tonight. Refresh, 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 refresh. Turns you into a maniac. A month after I got dumped, my friends convinced me to get on Tinder. They were like, you gotta get back out there, which is like the worst time for it. I mean, it's never a good time, but like, the problem that I didn't know that most guys have on Tinder, one of the main problems that they have, is there are fake women profiles on there, that there are robots that try to get you to click on spam links. And the way you're supposed to know that they're a robot is if you ask them a question, they don't actually answer your question. They give you like a vague response that doesn't actually answer the thing that you asked. But I didn't know that because I spent years with this other lady, so this whole world passed me by. I spent an entire frickin' day talking to a robot on Tinder. I was like, what's your favorite sports team? And she was like, I visited Denver once. And I was like, man, this girl's kooky. I don't even know what's gonna come out of her mouth. She's a wildcat. Rare. And then finally the conversation got so weird that I showed it to my buddy and I was like, man, this lady's strange. Right? She seems real strange. And my buddy took one look at it and he was like, Grant, you're talking to a robot. This is clearly a robot. But this was like 6 weeks after I got dumped, so my very first thought was like, I could make it work with a robot. She's my robot. My sister went through a divorce recently, and then she got on Tinder, and she was telling me that she doesn't get a lot of matches on Tinder, and it bums her out. And then about a week after I was having that conversation with her, I was swiping on Tinder and my sister popped up. And I was caught in a pickle. How are you supposed to handle that situation? You supposed to be a good brother or a great brother? Huh? There's no rule book for that. Because I literally know that her lack of matches is hurting her self-confidence, and I don't want that for her. She's a good person. But I can't swipe right, can I? She's my sister. Ugh. I feel like I handled it the best way I could, and I deleted my Tinder account, so don't need that problem.